Hey everyone, this is Disc Junkie, and today I'm here to show you the Mad Max Trilogy, and this is a Fnac store exclusive release on DVD. Now, this is actually something I'm gonna have to give a bit of a shout out, because I want to thank my friend Mystepho, who was recently in France, and he was kind enough to drop by Fnac, and I was actually looking for a different Mad Max Trilogy box set, but he told me that, you know, they got this thing which says Fnac store exclusive, so you can only get it at that store. And you know, check online. It looks like this is basically the same as the standard DVD box, but it comes with a exterior slipcase, which is different. And I think that this slipcase looks better than the standard version. The standard version is sort of yellow. It basically has the same shot, but it's like a yellow tone. And whatever, I'm just gonna move on and show you this thing. So, this is the front cover, and you know, it's sort of interesting look. I do like these sort of metal letters, because you know, I don't know if that's the original logo or whatever, but I've always liked that style logo. It's nice, it fits the movie theme very nice, so yeah. And then we can check out the spine. Mad Max L'Intégrale, I don't know if that's the saga or whatever, you know. It's French, I don't know what's going on. And then we got the back, which is basically, you know, it's exactly the same as the front, but it does have a barcode on it, which is printed, so yeah, not much variation, but I do think that it's quite a nice front cover, so can't really complain. And then, well, basically we have these flap openings thing, which I hate, because if you open them, if you open them with your hands, it's so easy to get creases, and you know, you sort of try to tear it, and also almost tears up. So as you can tell, I actually pre-opened this, just, you know, using like a simple household knife. You just put it in at the side and sort of wiggle it until it just opens up. So that is a tip of the day, you know, if you want to get these boxes open and you want to have them in one piece without a bunch of creases and stuff. So, but I'm rambling. That is the bottom side, and now just gonna open the flap thing from hell up. So, once we move the small flaps on the side there, we get this out. And here you can tell what the front cover used to look like. This is basically the standard front cover for the Mad Max Trilogy, the French version. The standard version has this cover on the interior, and then it has this cover on the exterior as well. So basically, you know, the slipcase is the exclusive part. But the funny thing is that there is also like this booklet in here, which, you know, this has a Fnac logo on it, as you can tell, Fnac.com. So this is also Fnac exclusive. And as you can tell, you know, you can just flip through this. And I mean, it's all in French, but you do have some really nice sort of classic images. And it's pretty high quality booklet, you know, it's got like a nice glossy print, you know, the pages are very thick, nicely illustrated. I mean, I love the first movie. I think that's such a classic movie, and definitely more of a movie than the following two. I mean, I think that Road Warrior is a classic movie as well, but I mean, if you haven't seen the original movie, the first Mad Max movie, you know, I mean, that's so much. I know that Road Warrior was sort of the, you know, basically the audience's favorite, you know, in a lot of instances, but, you know, there's a lot of weird stuff. I mean, in Sweden, for instance, sorry, missed a page there, in Sweden, the first movie was actually banned, that was never released. So for many years, I didn't even know it existed. It was only like when I was maybe like 19 that I first heard about it, so I'm like, you know, there had always been like this rumor going around that, you know, there's a first Mad Max movie, it's just called Mad Max, and it's, you know, it's like a movie about the time before the end of the world and everything became sort of post-apocalyptic, and he used to be a cop, and, you know, I'm like, huh, what are you talking about? That's just ridiculous. Because, I mean, if you look at the second and third movie, Road Warrior and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, they're very different movies in comparison to the first one. I mean, they have sort of, the Mad Max saga, and especially parts 2 and 3, have really made, like, you know, it's been a mold for other movies. There have been people trying to replicate that feel with, like, the whole sort of rusted future look. And I'm not saying that Mad Max was first. I'm sure other people did it before that, but it's one of those very classic and memorable movies from the genre. Both parts 2 and 3. But what's interesting is that the first film, which takes place prior to these sort of you know, society going to hell, and everything, you know, being sort of overrun by these savages with mohawk haircuts and whatnot. You know, that movie looks very different. You know, they still have like law enforcement in the first movie, and you know, you get to see Max as a cop basically, and I mean, they drive these awesome cop cars, which I love, and they're such a weird choice. They're like yellow and bright red and blue, and they look like no cop cars I've ever seen before. And you know, it's one of the parts where I love the first movie, because it's so different in style to the second and third. Plus, I mean, I think it's a better story. It gives the entire background, sort of talking about why Max became who he is and sort of what he's been through. And it's interesting because basically the entire plot of the first film, and I'm not going to spoil it in case you have seen it, but basically all the stuff that happens that leads Max to go on the road and sort of become this loner, sort of just drifting the highway in this souped up car, that's, well, it's basically not souped up in the second and third movie because there's no gas anywhere, but it used to be very souped up and very, you know, high quality car. But you know, the backstory, which is explained in the first movie, they hardly even touch upon that in second and third. You know, it's never explained, you know, where it comes from or what happened. And that sort of makes it interesting. And I don't know why that is, but me not seeing the first movie until many years later, after I saw parts 2 and 3, it was hard to even, I didn't imagine there was a first movie until so many years later, and it was like, what the fuck? You know, why didn't we get to see this? It's amazing. But you know, yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling and just show you the interior of this sticky pack. And as you can tell here, we do have 3 discs, and they're this sort of typical boring, no print, just the logo, which, you know, it's not fun, but it's better than, yeah, I don't know, it's better than really, really crappy artwork. Guess you can always say that. And then they went with this, I don't know, very odd background, and it's the same for all 3. It's an identical print, and I don't know what they're going for. It's like a circular thing. It's got like little, you know, bolts, and then you have like a single bullet lying up there. I have no idea what they were going for here. It's not a bad design, I don't know what it is. What is this? And then you can just flip it over, take a look at this side. And as you can tell, they did reuse this image in particular, you know, 2 times. But what is nice is that, you know, the other sides here are basically, you know, focusing on one of each movie. So here you have the first film, here you have the third film, and in case you missed it, second movie was, you know, some pictures and stuff on that side. So, yeah. But I'm guessing that's basically it. I mean, you've seen the discs. I don't think you need to see them up close because, well, there's really nothing on them to see. And, well, if you want to read the alternate titles, you know, go ahead. But, yeah, I really don't see a point of continuing to talk about this. And once again, thank you to Mystepho for picking this up. And I hope to see you soon, so we can talk movies and stay up all night and do nothing. But anyway, that is it from me today. Really hope you enjoyed this. And as soon as I can get this into the box again, I hope to see you all next time.